Well, hi there, it's Andrew Bell with you once again, enjoying some magnificent weather here on the Gold Coast. A bit of a late summer, but we're just starting to get a sense of that cooler autumn weather setting in now. I promised to get back to continuing on my series of key points out of my annual property report. We've already covered GDP, population growth, interest rates, unemployment, which are all part of the 5 fundamentals that drive the market. But before I cover the 5th fundamental, I have a couple of quick updates that I thought you might be interested in. There's been a lot of talk recently about Queensland and migration out of the state. Well, one of the things they didn't talk about was the latest Australian Bureau of Statistics figures that showed that Queensland's unemployment was actually down from 6.2% to 5.8%. Now we see that our unemployment is in line with the national unemployment and takes us actually from being the worst performing state on unemployment to one of the best improving. I'm also going to be talking very shortly in an upcoming report about the Gold Coast unemployment levels, and you'd be surprised to see that in fact we are one of the best unemployment rates in the entire country, something we're very proud of. Now back on to housing affordability. This is the 5th fundamental and a key driver of the real estate market. The Housing Industry Association's Affordability Report, which has been operating for several decades, is regarded as one of the best reports in the country. The latest figures show that housing affordability has improved. Yes, improved by 2.7% during the March quarter, which is about 0.4% more favourable than the same period last year. Now, the main reason for the improvement was that the national median dwelling price fell during the March quarter. And the report noted that if it had not been for the shock increase in variable mortgage rates that occurred late last year with virtually every bank, then the improvement in affordability would have actually been even better. Now, the senior HIA economist Shane Garrett said that he expects affordability improvements, which we've just enjoyed, to be short-lived. It's logical, of course, that whilst prices continue to edge upwards, that affordability will not improve. And certainly when interest rates start to rise, that will affect affordability in a negative sense. Certainly from my read, it's telling us that right now is about as good as it gets to buy a property and lock in fixed interest rates. Now, the largest improvements in affordability was Sydney, Perth and Darwin, which have all, of course, seen price growth fall the most. Whilst affordability has been previously very good in markets like Brisbane and Canberra, they're actually declining because their prices are seeing the most growth on the strong side. Now, the affordability index is calculated by examining house prices, mortgage rates and wages growth to determine the proportion of home owners' income being spent on mortgage payments. Well, that certainly brings us to an end for this week. We'll move on beyond the 5 fundamentals to other key components out of my property report, but I'll also leave you with great news that the Gold Coast property market is just continuing to strengthen month after month at present. I hope that the upcoming budget and the upcoming election doesn't put too much of a wobble on that, but we don't expect it to do so. So until I see you next fortnight, all the best till then.